Welcome, everybody, to a celebration of creation and introduction to the Generative Business Pods. There's two Heather Nichols here today, according to Zoom. I'm Heather Nichols. That's actually my name. I have no idea who I actually am, but that's a good thing. I just came out of the Being You facilitator training and the global ESC, and yeah, and we wanted to get together. So some of you might know, and some of you might not know what the Generative Business Pods is. It's a really amazing, it's one of my favorite creations, actually, that I've been playing with for many years now. And it's a 6-month creation intensive that really, I created it because I wanted to have a conversation, an ongoing weekly conversation with anybody who is interested in really embodying the tools of access consciousness in the creation of business, and embodying the elements of creation, asking questions, making choices, opening up to possibilities, receiving contribution, and then weaving in other things, like not other things, because that really covers a lot, but like having money conversations and having pragmatic business conversations, and really basically like sort of everything that one might want or need to know in the creation of a business from a really different place, from and as and with the use of the access consciousness tools. And it's been such a gift to me because I have seen groups of people, we're starting our 4th year right now, and over and over again, like really get that they know something about business. They know something about their business. They know something about creation. They know something about, you know, business that they didn't think they knew about, and get out of judgment of them, what they would like to create, what they are creating, and start having a hell of a lot more fun and a lot less judgment and a lot more success with their businesses. One of the really, really cool bonuses of the program is that we get to be in conversation with each other. So you're in a group with people who are also choosing, you know, to have these conversations and use these tools. And we're going to start a new one in about 2 weeks. We're going to start a new group, and we're just finishing with the group that has been part of the program over the past 6 months. And there's some amazing beings, as always, some amazing people that have been creating some really, really cool stuff. And literally, I get on the phone with them every week, and they just inspire the shit out of me. And so I just wanted to create a conversation where they could sort of share what has shown up for them, what's changed for them, as an invitation to you all, if you're looking at like having a different space of creating business. And so that you could also, if you are, you know, interested in perhaps joining and coming to play in the program, you can have some more awareness and ask us questions around that too. And even if you're not, like really just a celebration of what actually can be created when you get out of judgment of you, and when you get out of judgment of business and money, and start having way more fun than you're allowed to. So Maggie, whose alias is Heather Nichols, is part of the program. She's been part of it since we started. She facilitates some really cool stuff. Jenny B has also been part of it for, I think, since we started. She's going to be facilitating some things. Betsy McLaughlin, who is here in Costa Rica with me, I don't know if she was able to hop on or not, because she was in the room where I was and I ran up here. But she's also going to be offering some things. So they're all here as well. So yeah. So I would love, like, I see Gabrielle and Catherine and Christine. Cassie has been in it before, Cass Hepburn. It's like, what would you guys, it's been so fun seeing you guys just like every week you're like, oh my God, now I'm doing this, and now I'm creating this, and now I'm choosing this. And so what do you guys like, what has changed for you? What has opened up in your world? And where are you creating from now that is new or different that that you're having fun with. Anybody? Catherine, Gabrielle, Christine, does anybody want to?
Sure, I can start.
Go ahead, Catherine. I'm not sure who else is.
Okay,
that was
cool.
Michelle Noble, but I can wait.
Okay,
cool. So for me, I guess like everything has changed. I started facilitating some of my own different classes, really choosing different possibilities. So I guess really stepping out of my comfort zone, which I never did before. I mean, I did a little bit, but this last 6 months has been like a little bit times a million in a sense, and I'm aware that there's like even more. And I discovered that I really have fun, that I can really have fun in my business and in my life. And I guess also for me is working with Heather and Maggie and Jenny and like everybody else in the pods. They really are an invitation to other possibilities, like different ideas that other people are doing that I could incorporate in a way that worked for me, but I didn't even consider before because I didn't know about. And everybody, the demand that everybody has to outcreate their business and themselves, really, I wanted to do that too. So I was like, yeah, let's all demand and, do more and be more. And so that was because when it's just me in my business, I limit myself in the sense of I'm not demanding. But when there's other people like that you're working with and creating with, the bar just gets raised even more. So it's been fantastic. And thank you all.
Oh, thank you, Catherine. So if somebody asked you, what's one tool or one question that you have been using to outcreate yourself every day, what would you say?
My thing has been, what else is possible beyond what I could ever imagine? And that's my favorite question when I get stuck or in my head. What else is possible with my business beyond what I could ever imagine? What else is possible with receiving money beyond what I could ever imagine? What else is possible with my life and living beyond what I could ever imagine? And that just opens up a space of greater possibilities.
That's awesome. I love I love that question, and it's these tools are just so simple, and sometimes we forget how powerful simple tools can be. And even just asking that question all day long, changes a lot. So awesome. Thank you. Michelle was going to speak. Michelle might be on the phone.
No, yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm on the phone.
That's why I didn't know you were on.
Yeah, sneaking up the back way. So one thing that just popped to mind as you were asking is, for instance, with the call even today, my daughter's eight-year-old birthday party sleepover is going to start at 3 this afternoon, and my husband had a thing this morning. And so when you put out to have this call today, I think in the past, before I did this, the last 6 months of the pods, I would have immediately gone to this weekend is already so hectic. That's just not going to, I'm not even going to try whatever. I'll listen to the recording. And instead, I'm finding with almost everything, I'm more likely to go to what a great, what else is possible? What's possible with this? Is it true that won't work? Or actually would be like a great chance to create something that was kind of more about me and working with the business, and actually would be that'd be a perfect thing to do for an hour in the middle of this day that's all about my daughter's birthday. And so and I think that reflects in all different places where I go, instead of going to conclusion, I'm way more likely to go, oh wait, what's possible with this that I haven't considered, and what are the points of view I'm using to set a limitation that might actually be lies or not belong to me or not even be true.
That's cool. And Michelle, I have to say, like, it's been really cool to watch you, because Michelle has two small children, and Catherine does too. There's a number of people who do, and it's been so cool to watch you, like, step into, just really create a space of creation of your business that it includes your life as a mom and your family, and kind of move out of a space where your life was all about your family and business got like a teeny weeny bit into, like, oh, kind of like you're saying here. Hey guys, Ben, can you please mute yourself? Thank you.
I got it. It took me a moment to find who it was.
So Michelle, if you were talking to a mom who wanted to start a business and was like, oh, but I'm so busy with my kids, what would be one tool that you would give her to create more space in her world for her and her business? Or a parent, I mean, it can be a mom or a dad.
So let's see. Well, the first thing that pops around that I guess I'm not sure which tool it is exactly, but just that the story that putting everybody else first or everybody else's needs first is the greatest act of service, as opposed to what a contribution it actually is when we put when we be all of ourselves, or we create what really inspires us. And so again, maybe it comes back to that sort of thing about the interesting point of view, like getting where where it's a lie that we've bought, that if we're going to be a good mom, it means that we are always available to run our kids around to their events or to be in the classroom or to, it's like that kind of lie that actually is what a good mom, that's the way we be a good mom, even if it means that inside we're feeling, angry, or like we're cutting off parts of what we'd like to be creating in the world. So not sure which exact tool that would be, but, just like to look at that story and say, hey, does that actually work for you? Is that actually even true?
So that's a conversation that a lot of moms and parents, and just, I mean, whether you're a parent or not, it's a conversation that not a lot of people have. So thank you. And Betsy just popped on.
Thank you.
So Gabrielle, I'm picking on you guys now.
That's all right. I was going to talk anyway, so maybe you're psychic. Gosh, there's, what the points that have already been brought up have been so brilliant. I mean, there is something so juicy and fun about having so many people creating together and discovering new things and getting inspired together. It's like this popcorn machine where, it's like, oh, someone pops over here, and then I get an idea and I pop over here, and it's like this popcorn machine on like that doesn't stop. And I love that. So when I stop feeling inspired, or have gone to slow myself down, which is one of the things I actually was asking to change. When I chose this, there's something or someone, you see something and it just gets the juices flowing again. And the weekly contacts are just brilliant, because there really isn't that time to fall back into old patterns. And even what Michelle was saying about, today was a Sunday, and if I'm not facilitating, it's one of the days that I kind of reserve for myself. And today I realized, I'm not doing that anymore, which is really cool. I scheduled a business meeting at 11, and then this popped up at 12. And then there's, a call with Gary and Dane at 1, which I'd be on anyway, even if it was my me day. But I realized, actually just watching this and listening, that I no longer follow those weird rules that people set, like business is Monday through Friday, and you stop at a certain time, because that never actually applied to me. Now it's just like, wow, when it works and when something is coming up, I just do it. And it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun. And I had a point I was going to make before I started talking about this, and I completely forgot it.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, that's one of the things that's changed for me so much with using the tools of access business is just like recognizing that not, like business isn't work. Like work isn't really a thing in my world. You know, like it's actually business is my creative playground. And so for what reason would I not want to work or be with my business or be creating? Like to me, when I'm creating, my life is expanding, I'm having fun. And why would I want to take a day off from that? Or, you know, I can be like, no, I'm going on vacation for 10 days. I'm going to be really bored, you know? Because for so many of us, we thrive more and more. We get happier and happier. We create more. We, you know, make more money when we have more going on. And so just that conversation of like, it's been mentioned in a few different ways of just looking at the energy of something and like, oh, well, this is going to contribute. It doesn't matter if there's a birthday party going on or if it's a Sunday or if I've decided whatever, like this is going to contribute to my life. So yes, you know, and the willingness to choose fast and to act fast and to add things to your life. That's one of my favorite tools actually with business is just adding until you think you can't add any more and then add more, you know.
It works.
Yeah, it does. It's not linear.
And I do remember what I was going to say. So it was like so much has changed. And I actually became a Joy of Business facilitator while in these pods. And although it was something that had always, when it first started, I was like, oh, that's interesting, but I know nothing about business, or that's not my, you know, that's not my wheelhouse. Something with these generative business pods and truly, I mean, I've gained so much from you and watching you and your journey and how your business blossoms and grows in such a really cool, organic way. That the things that would actually be fun for me and realizing I do know something about business and it is fun for me. I was able to choose that. And the other piece, and one of the things I was asking for at the beginning of this was including my body in my business. It wasn't, you know, so much from up here. And now when I start to create things or choose things, I'm not totally there, but way more likely to check in with my body and have what my body knows about me and creation be a part of it. And I'm so grateful for that. You know, it's really still growing and it's really exciting.
That's so cool. We actually the last group that we had before this one, there was a woman who actually chose it as an adventure of creation with her body. And she was like, I really would like to focus on my body right now. So what if I do this for my body? And she had the most incredible transformation with her body. It was really, really cool. And she just, you know, had the awareness that it would contribute. And
Heather, I'm going to interrupt you for a minute because people are having a hard time hearing you.
oh,
Yeah.
well, that's good to know. Is that better? Okay, my computer was on a pillow. I was trying to prop it up. Oh, I didn't see. Okay, cool. I was just saying that somebody who took the pods a year ago did it as actually an adventure of creation with her body. Like she really specifically wanted to create something different with her body, and that was her. She was like, "This is going to be about the business of my body," and so much change for her. It was so cool to see because it really is what still quieter. Oh, okay, let me plug in. Oh, I don't have
Turn you up.
I didn't bring my headset with me. What else is possible?
I want to transfer one through the computer. I have one for you.
Dang. I left my computer does this sometimes. Let me see if my roommate has one.
And while you're finding your headset, it almost like Gabriella, it almost slipped out of your mouth saying generative business pods. Like, and it truly is. Just a second, Felix. There is a generosity of spirit amongst. Like, I just am so grateful for that this one piece of the generosity of spirit that's within the generative business pods. And so thank you all for being a part of that, and Heather for all, like, my gratitude for Heather for having that just as a demand in her world, that's what is available, and that's what is present, that is a thread of many threads that run through the generative business pods.
For sure.
Can you hear me now?
You're still a little far away.
Okay, I'm gonna go out and come. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, we'll keep talking about you. So I'm like, who else do we have here? Because I have the speaker view. I can't see everybody who's on, but I know Jenny. Jenny, do you want to share something?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi guys. I missed quite a few. I loved this season. What we did was something different, and what we injected into the pods was actually to pod jump. So we had a real collaboration of different energies from different people from different pods instead of staying in the little ones ourselves. And that ignited so much for me. Not only did I get to meet other people that were on the other pods, but also just the different viewpoints and different experiences that people have had with business is so unique and so different. And it just really gave me a lot more to ask questions about and to follow my way of nurturing. And when I came to pods, I didn't have a clue that I could do business. I never knew what business was. Didn't really know how to set up any systems. So Maggie taught me so much, as well as Heather, all about the different ways of setting up Canva and MailChimp and looking at the monies with business as well. So all of that was really interesting to me. And every year since I've repeated the pods and gone through that, I'm amazed at the layers of information that I actually have now that fills in a lot of the gaps in what I do automatically with my business that's so changed so much. So I love that business has changed for me. And when I didn't think I could do business, what's opened up is literally that I have a real joy and a fun and a play with business that is totally out the ballpark that would be taught as a wrongness in this reality, and I love it. And it's like follow the energy, see what shows up. So what do you guys know? What do you guys know about play in business? Maggie's on.
I love that, Jenny. Hi, I'm Betsy. I'll go ahead and talk for a minute.
Thank you, Betsy.
Yeah, when I first did the business pods, I think it was maybe 2 years ago. I don't know exactly. I had no clue what I was doing, or I didn't have a specific purpose for doing it. Ooh.
Wow.
I'll try again. No echoes. Okay. So I didn't have a specific purpose for doing it. I just knew that it was something that I really desired to do. And it just changed my world in so many different ways. It's really kind of indescribable what it created for me, and like what I stepped into by choosing the pods. And at the same time, I realized I really held myself back last time, the first time I did them. And then I chose to do them again, and really again with no expectation, just knowing that there was a lot more I could be choosing. And so really stepping into that, and where my life has gone and where my businesses have gone and things that have opened up and the amazing people that I've met, like so beyond anything that would be linear or be able to be described. And for me, I feel like it's just starting, even still. Like there's just like so much more that I am aware of that I can create, and all of the energies around me. It's just been phenomenal. And to watch everybody, their growth, and like in 6 months, sometimes it just seems like it was only a couple of weeks doing it. And to see everybody else's like growth and what they have struggled with and what they've overcome and what they're choosing. Oh, it's just so cool to watch. Really, really cool.
That's brilliant, Betsy. I wanted to add as well, it's that demand for me to really turn up every week.
Yeah.
And really, really commit to my business and my life. And there's literally no back door. So if you're used to choosing a back door and you're looking for not choosing a back door, the facilitation and just, as Maggie said, the generosity of spirit with everyone, that we're all sort of in a oneness with this, just going, okay, let's move this energy and change it. And I love that as well.
Yeah. Well, and I love that Heather's always looking at the energy of the groups and like what is required and what's working and what needs tweaking, and just always being willing to ask the question and play with the possibilities. It's just been so cool.
So I dialed in on my phone. Can you guys hear me now?
We can, yeah. Yeah.
My computer sound is sometimes weird. So I don't know what I missed, but Christine, I would love to hear from you.
Northeast 175th Street.
Oh.
Hi there.
It's been so fun to just see every week. You're like, oh my God, I created this, and then I created that, and so I'd love to hear you share tools that you've used and choices that you've made.
Yeah, I'm loving the echo. I feel like I'm in a vortex or something. It's quite exciting, the echo on this call, but I think Maggie took care of it.
My phone was on speaker. I think that's what it was.
It was great. It was like 5 of you. Yeah, life is fun. I think what I appreciate, everything that everyone has said is bang on. For myself, what I like is that if I'm brave enough to ask the question or to talk about where I'm stuck or what I'm afraid of, that yourself and the other people in the group are able to hold me in that space and help me get my head out of my ass. And it really, I mean, I have lots of tools that I do, and I do create like a mofo. And you've really helped me just, like, you're a bit of a wizard, Heather, because I mean, like anything in Access, it's like, just stay in question, don't have the answer. And we come knowing, like thinking we know this shit, but we're not doing it all the time. And then I share my questions or where I'm feeling stuck. And you just give me a very gentle question that is so fucking bang on. My heart opens up and I'm in tears going, holy shit. Like, okay, that was easy. Like, oh my God, why am I even thinking this is a big deal? Just go create like a motherfucker and transform the planet. Like, Christine, what are you thinking? Of course this is going to be awesome. And so it's just been validating my knowing. And that for me is really significant, that we're in a world where we think we need the expert outside of ourselves. And you help me realize that I'm the wizard in my own life. And for that, I'm very, very grateful. And I think, I know it's called Generative Business Pods, but I don't think anyone actually needs to create any kind of business at all. It's just, do you want to get your head out of your ass and be validated for your awesomeness? Then get on a call with you. Yeah. So that's
so cool.
That's fun for me. So yeah.
That's
and all
really
the
cool.
other wizards in the call are wizards, including myself. So it's just nice to be in a community of awesomeness.
Yeah. Well, I think like, I love what you're saying, and it's been really cool watching how fast you're willing to move and change and go. And it is like, to me, any conversation about creation in any way, I mean, business to me is creation, and any conversation about creation, it really is about having intimacy with you and trusting you and having vulnerability and allowance and gratitude and honoring of you and knowing what you know and creating from there. And that's so what I would like to see a lot more of in the world is just that, like, people having that space with themselves that allows them to create anything. And so I'm always so grateful when people are willing to choose that. Like, it's such a gift to the planet.
Yeah, it's been really interesting for me not worrying so much about, is this going to work or am I going to fail? Like, just, oh, well, what else can I create? Like, the wizards are talking in my head. Like, it's great. And so I've got all these tools that I can fall back on no matter how far up my head I put, or my ass I put my head.
So what's one of your favorite tools for creating? You've created so much cool stuff with your business. So what's one of your favorite tools?
Oh my God. I mean, even just today, I was on a call with 4 amazing people that I met at COP, and we're just cooking with gas. So yeah, and when we get stuck, just this morning, you know, rather getting stuck in my feelings, it's like, well, what awareness am I aware of? That, like, what awareness is this? Instead of trying to think I have to figure out what the hell this feeling is and why am I feeling it, and just going, wait a minute, I'm aware of something. What is that? And what can I create here as a result of what I'm aware of? And I every day I make, I have this little communion with my business, and I ask my business, how do you want me to play with you today? And I know I create like a wild woman, like I've got 800 lists, and they don't all get moved forward on. And yet I feel I'm very present in my life and my business now because I'm asking that question. Hey business, how can I play with you? Where do you want me to tickle you today? And then awesome. It's so fun because it's not a task. I mean, it might be on my to-do list, but it's more of a creation list. And yeah, and I do that all the time. And I actually destroy my relationship with my business like multiple times throughout the day, which is super fun. So yeah, I just ask a lot more questions rather than trying to find a solution.
That's really, really cool. Well, and again, so simple, you know, it's the shit works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good shit, babes.
That's some good shit. Mm-hmm. I want to also, because we're not gonna go a full hour. I have to actually start walking back. Well, now that I'm on my phone, I can stay on, but I have to go back to the room for the class pretty soon. But I want to also just let people know kind of a little more detail of what the pods, like what it is. So basically it's a group of 25 to 30 people usually that where we have a private Facebook group, and every week we have a call together for 6 months. So, and there's different types of calls. So twice a month will do like a teaching call, like bring a call for the entire group on a different topic around creation. So it might be money, it might be intimacy and creation, it might be including your body in your business, it might be business systems, really like all over the map of what, you know, just different information and awareness to be including in the creation of your business and life. And then people are grouped into pods of 5. So that's where the pods comes in, is that you have a group of 5 that you're with for the whole 6 months. And we have a call once a month where everybody it's sort of a like round robin facilitation. So everybody gets about 15, 20 minutes with me asking very specific questions about your business and what you're creating and what you would like to be, you know, what you could be moving on. You might need some ideas, or you might need some facilitation, or maybe you're stuck, or you're ready to explode, or and the whole group gets to be part of that call and receive, and these really, really cool, magical conversations get created with your pods. This past time, we've also mixed it up a little bit. We've done some bonus pod calls where people got to play, like just choose whatever time worked for them. So it was a different configuration of people, which is cool. There's just tons of stuff. We do a weekly energy poll in the Facebook group. Maggie does a lot of stuff around technology and systems. So she's going to be doing like a Zoom webinar once a month. Betsy and Jenny are going to be doing office hours, so you can just come on Zoom and just bring your questions, whether it's about systems and technology or creation. So just tons of different.
I think we just lost Heather, unless I just lost everybody.
Oh no,
No,
can you hear me? I can hear
we're
you,
here.
Maggie.
Okay, cool. So, yes.
Okay. So yeah. No, there's no.
The disappearing Heather act.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, now we can't hear you. I'm not sure what. It's in and out. I'm going to pop in the link to generativebusinesspods.com, and it will give you all the details that Heather is talking about, because we can't hear her right now. But it really is like the pods have they're creating themselves in a sense these days. It's been really awesome to watch it grow, and there is quite a few different things from when the pods first started to now having, I call it techie time with me, and then the Q&A with Jenny and Betsy, and then of course all your time with Heather is just astronomically exponentially out creating yourself daily if you choose.
I just want to mention
steal being a host back from you, Maggie.
Okay, you do it. So is it okay?
Wait, claim it back. Oh, I see what's going on.
Did you mute yourself, sweetheart?
Me?
No, Heather.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, don't mute my phone number.
I
need to stay muted on my computer, but not on the phone number.
Okay.
Anyway, it's fine now. This is funny. And I'm going to actually hop off the computer because I have to start walking, but I can keep talking to you guys on the phone. So, bye.